everybody, welcome to another Coffee Break Card Show. Today I want to talk about a sporting personality who doesn't necessarily get the recognition of his sport that he really deserves. Today we're going to be looking at this chap. There he is in his lacrosse outfit, and his name is Noah Gussow. So Noah Gussow was born in 1881 in Hanover, Ontario, Canada, and he was the 12th child of a family of 13, and 6 of his siblings never even reached adulthood. So life was tough for this family and many others back in those days. So Noah Gussow, he was quite a strong build. He had enormously strong legs and upper body, but he was only about 5'7", so he wasn't the tallest guy in the world. But he made it as a professional lacrosse player and also a professional ice hockey player as well. So that was Noah Gussow. But Noah had an idea that he actually wanted to go where the big money was, and he heard there was an enormous amount of money to be made in boxing in the US. So off he went, packed his bags, and he moved out to Detroit, and he tried to get into boxing, but his career started in a very strange way. He was at a boxing match where one of the boxers didn't turn up. So I guess, as it was in those days, a message went out to the crowd: is anyone willing to come and fill in the missing boxer's place? So Noah Gussow, being Noah Gussow, decided that's what he was going to do. So he went up, fought this chap, and he won. So that was the start of his boxing career. After 5 or 6 fights, he became the middleweight champion of Michigan. But on the fight when he won the championship, it really did change things for him, because what happened was he knocked his opponent out, and he couldn't be resuscitated in the ring, so he was then rushed off to hospital. And Noah Gussow got arrested for assault and battery. As fortune would have it, however, the guy actually recovered the next day, and Noah was released. Unfortunately, Noah's mother found out, and she was extremely worried, and he was concerned about his mother. So what he decided to do, he decided to change his name. He did change his name, and he changed his name to Tommy Burns. And this is his T220, I think it is, Mecca Champion and Athletes Prize Fighter card with the Mecca back. So there he is. Noah Gussow becomes Tommy Burns after winning the Michigan Middleweight Championship. There's a British card. It's the Ogden's Pugilists and Wrestlers, also showing Tommy Burns. So, with the Michigan Middleweight Championship behind him, he had a few more fights, and then I think in 1905 Bob Fitzsimmons had relinquished the heavyweight championship of the world, as he couldn't find any real contenders to fight, although he had avoided the famous Jack Johnson. So there was a match or a contest, and it was actually refereed by Fitzsimmons, and the winner of that was a chap called Marvin Hart. So Marvin Hart became the new world champion, heavyweight champion. This is his adventure card. So as Tommy progressed, he actually got a shot at the title in February 1906. So in February 1906, Tommy Burns fought Marvin Hart for the heavyweight championship of the world, and he defeated Marvin Hart, and he became the heavyweight champion of the world. He went on to defend his title, I think, 13 times. Some not against different boxers all the time. He fought several boxers more than once. In fact, he fought Bill Squires. He fought him 3 times, and he fought and beat Philadelphia Jack O'Brien. That's a T218. That's the Hassan back, and he fought him twice, and I think they drew once, and he beat him once. But he decided once he'd won the title, he decided to go on basically what was a world tour. So on this boxing world tour, he decided he wanted to be the champion of the world, and he would take on all comers, not just chosen sort of opponents which he could wipe up easily. He fought anybody and everybody, and in fact, on his first defence, he fought Jim O'Brien on his very first defence, and he knocked him out. And on the same day, he also fought and knocked out James Walker. So he started his world tour by knocking out 2 guys on the same day. So he went on, as I said, to probably defend his title somewhere in the region of 13 times, with probably 9 different boxers because of the rematches which he had, etc. But it was it was on Boxing Day, strangely enough, December the 26th, 1908, when he fought Jack Johnson. And this fight was in Sydney in Australia. And it was agreed before the match that it would be 20 rounds, and that if it got stopped, it would be who was the winner at the time. And it did get stopped. It got stopped by the police, and it got stopped, I think, in the 13th round. But by that point in time, Jack Johnson was way ahead, and Tommy Burns lost his title that day, the Boxing Day, 26th of December 1908, to Jack Johnson. So Jack Johnson, he becomes the new heavyweight champion of the world. This is a UK famous boxer series of it's Boy's Friend. It's a scarce card, this one. It's hand cut because they came in a row of 3 cards, like a panel, and there were footballers, and there was another subject, a military subject. So they were in panels of 3, a boxer, a military subject, and a soccer player. Hence their hand cut. So there we have it. That was the story of Tommy Burns, or Noah Gusso as he was born. And I don't think this guy really gets the true acknowledgement of what he achieved in his boxing career. The guy was only 5'7". You know, he was a Mike Tyson style fighter. He came out in the first couple of rounds, bobbing and weaving, chucking punches left, right, and centre, and he was a tough cookie. And you know, he knocked out a lot of people. And you can see his fight record. He was only beaten 4 times, and I think at least one of those was after he'd sort of lost the world title to Jack Johnson. So that's that. I will say that this set of lacrosse players, it's a set of 100 cards, and it's got some interesting hockey players in it, which seem to be much sought after. But that was Tommy Burns, again, in his lacrosse outfit. So whilst we're at it, and whilst we're here, there's just another couple of cards that, whilst I was looking for some of these boxing cards, I just tripped over. And I watched a video, and I think it was Silver Jackify who had just acquired this. I think it was a 1-of-1 card, and he called it a Houdini pull. I think that's what he said anyway. But there is the fella. This is a Boys Cinema 1922 famous cinema heroes. There's the Harry Houdini. And another little card I came across, which I thought was slightly related to baseball and perhaps T206s, was this card, this military card. And the reason why it's got this interesting T206 back, the Lennox back. It is the black, I think, not the brown, but there you go. I have a few of these with the Lennox back. So, that's it for today, and we'll be back for another Coffee Break card show very soon. Take care, everybody.